Is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And so we've reached Game 2 of the World Series. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for either this 10th day of October 1949 or the 17th day of August 2021. Take your pick. Hope you are having a good day. If you were with us yesterday, you saw that case of did the Dodgers lose Game 1 or did the Yankees win it? And I think you could argue that the Dodgers lost Game 1 yesterday. 4 bases-loaded walks scored 4 of the 7 Yankee runs. So there really wasn't a hero for the Yankees, and let's not say that Vic Raschi pitched all that well, because he didn't. He gave up 4 runs in the first inning. But the Brooklyn Dodgers just kind of gift-wrapped that win for the Yankees. So today, the last one at Yankee Stadium, at least for this set, the Dodgers and Yankees take shape again. It'll be Don Newcomb on the hill for Los Angeles. Oops, a little bit of foreshadowing in the future. Spoiler alert, the Dodgers moved to Los Angeles. For Brooklyn, or Eddie Lopat for the Yankees. Eddie was a 19-game winner for the Yankees in this replay. Newcomb, if you were with us a couple weeks ago, pitched the National League pennant clincher at home against St. Louis. So that's the storylines going into Game 2. It is a gorgeous day here in New York, 69 degrees. There is wind today, something we did not have in Game 1. It is blowing out to right center at 12 miles an hour. And so with all that, it's time for Game 2. Can the Yankees take the A-train down to Brooklyn with a 2-game lead, or are we going to get 6-2 and even and make sure we have all 3 games at Ebbets Field? We'll know in a few moments. Let's play, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents the 19... Oops, I forgot to do that. Hold on. You go here. How you doing, Tribe fan? As Retro Sports Network presents the 1949 World Series. Today, live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, it's Game 2 between the National League champion Brooklyn Dodgers and the American League champion New York Yankees. The Yankees lead this best-of-7, 1-0. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. What is your new YouTube name? Are you Blue Jackets fan? Midlife Crisis is going to lose his cell service in about 30 minutes. All right, let's tell you about Eddie Lopat, who's on the hill here. Plea baseball. That's a mouthful, Tribe fan. See, Guardian of the Galaxy is what I would call it. All right, so let's tell you about Eddie Lopat. Eddie, a 19-game winner in the replay. He went 19-9 with an ERA of 3.76. He is 31 years old, a fastball pitcher and a fly ball pitcher at 84. He last pitched against the A's on the 29th of September, so he's had a long time off. He went the distance to pick up that 19th win. 9 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 4. So overall, in the replay, 229 2/3 innings, 254 hits, 108 runs, 19 homers. 96 of those runs were earned. He walked 76 and struck out 81. He is one of those rare pitchers in 1949 that did not walk more than he struck out. And this will be the lineup he'll face in Game 2. Pee Wee Reese leads off at short for the Dodgers. Carl Furillo is in right. He'll bat second. Duke Snider, the lone lefty in the lineup against the lefty Lopat, will bat third in center field. Jackie Robinson at second will clean up. Gil Hodges at first will bat fifth. Roy Campanella behind the plate goes sixth. And now the changes. Yeah, you know it's the postseason when you get graphics. Yep. Here are the changes for Brooklyn today. Billy Cox at third base will bat seventh. It's the lone Yankee lefty starter, and so Cox will get the call at third. Tommy Brown gets the call in left field today. He'll bat eighth. Almost tickled himself off the playoff roster. And on the mound is one Don Newcomb. Defensively for the Yankees, Gene Woodling in with a lone righty the Dodgers will start. Is a 3 and a 3 in left. Dimaggio a 10 and an 8 in the center. Hank Bauer 3 and a 5 in right. Bobby Brown is at third today. He's a 4. Phil Rizzuto is a 10 at short. Jerry Coleman is a 4 at second. Tommy Henrich is a 3 at first. By the way, in real life, Henrich was the Game 1 hero. He took Don Newcomb deep in the ninth for the game's lone run in a 1-0 win. Yogi Berra behind the plate. He's a 10 and a 10. And Lopat is an 8 on the mound with a .961 fielding percentage. Not to bog you down with stats and all that, but I want you to take a look in the ERA breakdown column there. On the road, Lopat's ERA was at 5.89. But here at Yankee Stadium, his ERA was 2.27. If things hold, he would pitch, obviously, today, and then Game 6 back here. But he would pitch Game 5, rather, in Brooklyn. So something to keep an eye on as we go along. Reese 0 for 2 yesterday with a run scored and an RBI. Lopat starts Game 2 with a fly ball to center field. Dimaggio is there, 1 out. And that brings up Carl Furillo. Carl, 1 for 5 in the opener with a run scored. Lopat should go about 140 pitches. Newcomb, about 135 pitches. I was wondering if someone was going to do that joke. Should a 2.27 ERA be called the Jackie Harry? Yes, absolutely. Jack Hay. Pitch to Furillo. There's a ground ball to first. Henrich is there, 2 out. So the Dodgers cannot gift wrap runs like they did yesterday. That was the main difference. Duke Snider 0 for 4 in the opener, but he walked and scored on the Jackie Robinson triple. Lopat deals, popped up. Berra takes off the mask, goes to the screen, and that will retire the side. This time around, the Dodgers go in order. After half an inning, it's Brooklyn 0. Here come the Yankees. And here's how the Yankees will line up. Phil Rizzuto leads off at short. Jerry Coleman will bat second and play second. Joe Dimaggio, center fielder, bats third. Tommy Henrich, who we said is the real-life Game 1 hero, is at first base. He cleans up. Yogi Berra, by the way, the absolute last picture and the 1949 picture pack I have is behind the plate. He'll bat fifth. With Newcomb on the mound, Gene Woodling takes over in the platoon spot in left field. And the cardiologist, Bobby Brown, will play third and bat seventh. Hank Bauer stays in right field. He'll bat eighth. And Eddie Lopat gets the call on the mound for the Yankees. Don Newcomb 31 regular season starts, 18-12, with an ERA of 3.53. He went 5-2 down the stretch. Duke, Rookie of the Year, clinched the National League pennant against the Cardinals just 4 days ago. He threw a 3-hit shutout of St. Louis and struck out 7. In 242 innings, he allowed 217 hits, 22 home runs, 106 total, 95 earned. He walked 74 and struck out 150. And again, 1949-itis doesn't strike Mr. Newcomb. But his last road start was against the Phillies on the 2nd when he had a chance to pitch the Dodgers into the World Series, and they had 8 hits and 5 runs off him in 6 innings. Defensively for Brooklyn in Game 2, Tommy Brown is a 5 and a 6 in left. Duke Snider is a 9 and an 8 in center. Carl Furillo is an 8 and a 10 in right. Billy Cox is a 5 at third. Pee-wee Reese a 9 at short. Jackie Robinson an 8 at second. Gil Hodges a 9 at first. Campanella a 9 and a 6 behind the plate. And Newcomb is an 8 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. It'll be Allie Reynolds and Preacher Rowe tomorrow at noon Eastern, with a scheduled day off for the computer at noon Eastern, 5 or 9 Pacific for Game 3. Rizzuto 1 for 4 in the opener, a single, a walk, an RBI, and he scored twice. Newcomb starts his World Series with a fly ball to right. Furillo, 1 out. So that will be the question. By the way, Lopat just threw 12 pitches in his half of the first. Do we see the Newcomb that shut down the Cardinals, or the Newcomb that truly struggled with all that pressure against the Phillies? Jerry Coleman 1 for 3. He walked twice, singled, and scored in Game 1. Line drive, Reese is there, leaps and makes the catch, 2 out. Brings up Joe Dimaggio. Dimaggio walked 3 times in Game 1, and 2 of those were with the bases loaded. He is 0 for 2, and that OPS is .600, but that really doesn't tell half the story. Pitch to Dimaggio is a fly ball to right. Furillo makes off the wall. So Dimaggio is going for 3. Robinson's throw to third. Joe's got it. He's got a triple. And the Yankees have a runner on third and 2 out for Tommy Henrich. Tommy also had 2 bases loaded walks yesterday and went 0 for 3. He has 2 RBI. And so the 67,000 plus at Yankee Stadium here on a beautiful fall afternoon are already up and running. Nuke deals. Got him! He struck him out. He got him on an 89 mile-an-hour fastball looking on the inside corner, and down go the Yankees. No runs. Dimaggio is stranded after his triple, and no errors. After 1, no score. So Robinson, Hodges, and Campanella for the Dodgers here in the second. Jackie cleared the bases in the first with a triple yesterday, and then had a single. Can't blame last night or yesterday on Mr. Robinson. 2 for 5 in the World Series. Lopat starts the second with a ground ball to Eddie. Over to first, 1 out. Here's Hodges. Gil went 0 for 4 in Game 1. Struck him out. Lopat doesn't strike out that many. He got in a chase of Bugs Bunny fastball for strike 3. 2 out for Campanella. Roy doubled and struck out in his 1 for 4 performance yesterday. There's a ground ball to short. Rizzuto scoops it up, throws to first, and that will retire the side. Dodgers 6 up, 6 down. Bottom of the second, no score. So it'll be Barrow, Woodling, and Brown, lefty, 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 to face Nuke here in the second. Yogi, 1 for 4 in the opener, reached somehow, probably on a fielder's choice. RBI and a run scored for Yogi. Barrow, gone. 1-0 New York. That was a line drive home run that all Ferrilla could do was turn and watch it go. 308 feet, and that slice past the foul pole to give the Yankees the lead. Barrett just went kaboom with that. And Newcomb stares at the mound and does a little gardening as Barrow ran around the bases. So here's Gene Woodling on the replay, 305 a homer and 46 RBI. In real life, 275 homers and 44 RBI. The Yankees 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. In the left field, Brown comes in, makes the catch, 1 out. And then I'll bring up Bobby Brown, 283, 6 homers, 61 RBI in real life. To look at that, he played in 104 games in the replay, too. Just 3 at-bats off the reel. He hit .314, 5 homers, and drove in 50. His nickname is Doc. We lost him this year. He was one of, I believe, a dozen players from the 40s that was still alive. And after his playing days were over, of course, he became a cardiologist. This time he strikes out. Nuke got him on a full count fastball. 2 out. Second for Nuke. Here's Bauer. Hank 3 for 4 in yesterday's game. 3 singles, an RBI, and a run scored, and the Yankees' 7-6 Game 1 win. Bauer in the left field. Brown going back, and that's what he can do for you. He made the catch. But Yogi Berra with a solo homer to start the second has the Yankees off and running here in Game 2. After 2, it's New York 1, the Dodgers nothing. So here is Billy Cox. Billy did not play in Game 1. Not a great hitter. Platoon third baseman. 215, 6 homers, and 36 RBI on the replay. A 233 hitter in real life. 8 homers and 40 RBI. To third. Brown has to hurry. 1 out. Speaking of Brown, here's Tommy. 303, 3 homers and 18 RBI in real life and just 90 at-bats. He gets the call over Louis Olmo in left field. Lopat deals. There's a fly ball to left. Back goes Woodling, and we are tied up. So Tommy Brown, that's what he can do for you. A shot down the line and left. And it's 1-1. He hung it. And Woodling just ran out of real estate. How you doing, Brad? And Zalapsky Smurf, nice to have you along. We haven't seen you in a while. Here's Nuke. Nuke 229 in the real year with 10 RBI. So a solo shot by Tommy Brown and a solo shot by Yogi Berra, and that's the 2 runs in the ballgame. Pitch to Nuke. There's a ground ball that Lopat can't play, and Newcomb is going to reach on the air. He booted it, and Nuke finds himself on first. So the Yankees kind of coming undone a bit here in the third. Lopat opening 9 of 34 pitches, 2 in the third innings. The lone hit, the home run from Tommy Brown. Pee-wee is 0 for 1. Lopat deals. Line drive. Henrik leaps and makes the catch, and Newcomb is doubled off. Nuke, not a good base runner, as you wouldn't expect most pitchers to be decent base runners. And he just made the catch, turned around, put the tag on, boom, boom, boom. They went back to his room. But the Dodgers get a home run from Tommy Brown. The error does not hurt. They leave a runner on to the Yankees. They don't leave a runner on. It's doubled off. We go to the bottom of the third here in game 2, 1-1. Yep, caught him napping for sure, John. Eddie Lopat, a good hitter, 263 with a homer and 4 RBI in real life. In the replay, he hit 287. He had 13 doubles and a triple and 17 RBI. One, bottom of the third. The first home runs in the series, hit by Yogi Berra and Tommy Brown. Lopat, up the middle, a base hit. So you talk up someone for their hitting abilities, and by God, it's no broadcaster's jinx. So here's Rizzuto. The Scooter is 0 for 1 and now 1 for 5 on the series. Newcomb is opening 9, 2+ innings, 36 pitches, 3 hits. The home run to Berra and the 2 strikeouts. The Goats have finally woken up. Yogi Berra, a solo shot in the second. Tommy Brown, a solo shot in the third. Rizzuto into shallow left center. Snyder, that's not so shallow, makes the catch. Lopat goes back, and there's 1 out for Coleman, who's 0 for 1. It's a time warp. Zalapsky Smurf says, my head can't take boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room. Song quotes from the mid-'80s during the 1949 World Series. You know what? I can't say it out loud because it would play it for you, and I don't need a copyright strike, but ask your speaker device, whatever it is, to play Take the A-Train by Duke Ellington, because that would be what I would be playing for this. Pitch to Coleman. There's a ground ball to short, might be 2. Robinson for 1. Hodges, that's 2. So 6-4-3 on the double play, and that will retire the side. Yankees, no runs, a hit, and no errors. We've only had 1 stranded runner for 3 innings. We go to the 4th. The Dodgers won, the Yankees won. So Carl Furillo, Duke Snyder, and Jackie Robinson to face Lopat here in the 4th. Carl 1 for 6 on the series and 0 for 1 today. This time around, he punches it into right field for a base hit. Bauer throws it back in, and that brings up Snyder. Duke 0 for 1. It'll be the Super Chief, Allie Reynolds, on the hill for the Yankees tomorrow at noon Eastern. And Preacher Rowe for the Dodgers in Game 3. Dodgers win this one today. We know we'll have 3 at Ebbets Field. Snyder draws the walk. First walk for Lopat. Brings up Robinson, who's 0 for 1. So Lopat, nobody out here in the top of the 4th. Wind has died down. It's now blowing out at 4 to right center. But still, Chamber of Commerce is loving 69 degrees on the 10th day of October. Pitch to Robinson. He drops one down, and Berra can't play it. So Jackie's going to reach on an error. Berra had it in his hand, and he made the mistake of looking to see where Robinson was before he had the ball secure. So the Yankees, who pretty much played mentally solid baseball yesterday, have made their second error of the game with nobody out here in the top of the 4th. And here comes Gill. Hodges is 0 for 1. Lopat's lone strikeout. So everybody takes a moment to compose themselves. Ferrillo on third. Snyder on second. Robinson on first. And there's a case of where Jackie's speed caused an error. Because Yogi, he's a 10 and a 10 behind the plate. You can't get any better. Made the error of looking to see where Robinson was. His speed, he literally stole first base. Here, we'll talk about that in a second. So here's Hodges. Struck out his first time up. Line drive. Dimaggio will dive and can't get it. Ferrillo scores. Snyder scores. Robinson scores. It skipped past Dimaggio, rolled all the way to the monuments, and Hodges has a stand-up triple. It's 4-1 Brooklyn. So the error is costly. Dimaggio had a 59% chance to make that play, and he couldn't quite get there. And so they turned what should have been a shallow out into a triple. It just bounded, and Dimaggio had to go chase it. And by the time he flagged it down, Robinson, with all that speed, was chugging around third. He was like the 20th Century Limited. Joe did not make that play. Hodges on third, and it's 4-1 Brooklyn here in the fourth. There is still nobody out for Campanella, who's 0 for 1. Yep, it was a 60-40 ball, actually, but the 50-50 ball went the wrong way, and Joe D was not highlighted there with the Starlighters. Pitch to Campy. There's a base hit. It's 5-1 Brooklyn. Then Casey starts looking down at his bullpen. He's going to have to get somebody up. Here's Cox. Eddie is 0 for 1. The Dodgers found themselves in this situation yesterday. They were up 4-0 in the first. So don't count the Yankees out yet. Pitch to Cox. Ball 4. So Tommy Brown, who hit a homer his first time up, Casey goes out to talk to Lopat. Lopat says he's fine. They could go with Tommy Byrne if they need to. He is not going to start any World Series game. Fred Sanford is probably who I would go with, and Reynolds, of course, will go Game 3. So you cannot use Reynolds. Joe Page, if the Yankees have the chance, can go all 50 pitches. Brown homered down the line and left in the second, or in the third, to tie the game at 1. Yep. Somewhere on a television set, Marilyn Monroe was watching this and will marry Tommy Brown. Pitch to Brown is a line drive center field. Dimaggio will make that catch. Campy will try for third. Dimaggio has a good arm. It's close. Safe. So the runners move up 90 for Nuke, who's 0 for 1. Campy on third, Cox on second. 5-1 Dodgers here in the fourth. Pitch from Lopat. Line drive to left. Woodling dives. No. Campy scores. Cox will round third and hold. So Woodling held out to a single. And it's 6-1. Casey's looking, and Casey's going to go get him. He's coming, Elizabeth. Here's Fred's Yogi. Oh, can you imagine Yogi marrying Marilyn Monroe? Anyway, here's Fred Sanford. He's coming, Elizabeth. He's 29 years old. He's a fastball pitcher and a flyball pitcher at 89 miles an hour. He started 10 games for the Yankees. He hasn't pitched since September 22nd, so plenty of rest. He went 9 innings against the Senators, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 5. So in the replay, 97 and 2/3 innings, 104 hits. I think I read 12 home runs, 46 runs in total, 44 earned. He walked 44 and struck out 65. 8 and 6, the record, with 2 saves. And let's hope that Fred, if you're a Yankee fan, is not a big dummy. So 1 out, 6-1 Brooklyn. Cox on third, Newcomb on first. Here's Pee Wee Reese. Pee Wee is 0 for 2. Sanford 7 and 3 in real life with an ERA of 3.87. His day starts with a ball 4. Reese walks to load the bases. A changeup on a 3-0 that missed outside. And now to bring up Furillo. Carl 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. Hilda and the Goats are having a good old time listening to this on the radio. Furillo. Line drive, Henrik is there. 2 out. Cap didn't like that. Here's Snyder. Duke 0 for 1, but he now faces the righty. He has walked and scored. Sanford deals. Struck him out. He got him to end the inning. A 1-2 curveball. That's in there for strike 3. But the Dodgers. Wowzers. 5 runs on 4 hits and an error. After 3.5, the Dodgers 6, the Yankees 1. So Dimaggio, who did not make that big play, leads off the bottom of the 4th with Henrik and Berra to face Newcomb. Now, the question that was asked before that rally is, what do I think of home court's bowling game? Love it. Absolutely love it. So ask some questions, and we'll talk about it as we go along. I need to do a video on it. It is a very, very fun game. Dimaggio says, look, I tripled my first time up. Would you at least mention that? Okay, you're 1 for 1 with a triple. And he's going to get a base hit. That's past the diving Robinson. And the Yankees had their 4th hit of the game. Here's Henrik. He struck out his first time up. 1 of the 2 by Newcomb. Don from the stretch. Into center field. Snyder makes the catch. 1 out. So, Nuke has only thrown 50 pitches. Needs to do what they could not do yesterday, and that's throw strikes. Here's Yogi. Yogi line 1 down the line and right in the 2nd to give the Yankees a 1-0 lead. His first homer of the World Series. Ground ball, base hit, left field. So Yogi, runner will hold. So runners on first and second, 1 out for Gene Woodling, who's 0 for 1. I did not peg this being a high-scoring series. But the Dodgers have 12 runs in 13 innings. Pitch to Woodling is a base hit right field. Furillo gets it around the corner. Woodling's in with a run, or with a double, and who scored? Dimaggio, right? That hasn't been posted yet. It's 6-2. Brings up Bobby Brown, who struck out his first time up. And again, there's no such thing as a shutdown inning. Pitch from Newcomb. Brown in the left. That might score Berra. Brown catches the fly ball from Brown. Barrow will score. Woodling goes to third. It's 6-3. So the Yankees just kind of undercutting the Dodgers as much as they can. Woodling moved to third. Here's Bauer. He's 0 for 1 today. The Yankees have 10 runs now in the series. Pitch to Bauer. There's a base hit. It's 6-4. And you know Sanford's going to bat. He can be a big dummy here. The Yankees gave up 5 in the top of the fourth and have 3 right back. Nuke deals. Sanford, ground ball past Robinson. That's a base hit. Bauer moves to third. Hilda and the Goats are choking over there. So Bauer moves to third. Sanford with a huge single. And now brings up Phil Rizzuto, who's 0 for 2. Nuke now through 18 batters. 71 pitches, 3 2/3 innings, 8 hits, and 4 earned runs. He has struck out 2. So the first 3 innings you would have said, yeah, you got the St. Louis version of Nuke, but now it looks more like you got the Philadelphia version. Pitch to Scooter. There's a ground ball to Robinson. Jackie throws to first, and the fourth is finally over. But the Yankees get 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors. We go to the fifth at 6-4 Brooklyn. Well, that was a mouthful of an inning, wasn't it? Jackie 0 for 1 with a run scored. To get back to the bowling game, I bought the all-time greats, liked it so much I bought 87 and 97. Fun stuff, and so many Hall of Famers in those annual sets too. Anyway, Jackie is 0 for 1 with a run scored. Reached on a sacrifice earlier. Yep. Blue Jacket fan went to heat up lunch, and the Yankees leave no stone unturned. To third, Brown. 1 out. Going to have a laundry list to read here in a second when we do the half-game summary. Here's Hodges. Gill tripled in the top of the fourth and drove home 3. So he has 3 RBI in the series. He's 1 for 2. He's also struck out today. In the left field, back goes Woodling, and Gene will make the catch. 2 out. Campanella, Roy 1 for 2. RBI single and a run scored. Sanford from the wind. In the center field, Dimaggio is there, and that will retire the side. Dodgers go in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're going to get the commercial. 6-4 Brooklyn. Retro Sports Network proudly presents the 1949 World Series. Today, live from Yankee Stadium, it is the National League champion Brooklyn Dodgers and the American League champion New York Yankees. In Game 2, the Yankees lead the series 1-0, and today's game is brought to you by Digital Dice, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Oh goody, we get the 2-point type to read as we do the halftime summary. The Yankees went up first in this game. Yogi Berra, a solo shot in the second to make it 1-0. Tommy Brown tied the game in the third, a solo shot down the left field line to make it 1-1. Then the Dodgers made all sorts of hay in the fourth inning. Gil Hodges, a 3-run triple to make it 4-1. Then Roy Campanella singled Hodges home to make it 5-1. Dodgers went up 6-1 on a Don Newcomb single, and you're thinking Brooklyn is going to cruise right down the line to home for Game 3. But no, the Yankees sent 8 to the plate in the fourth. Gene Woodling doubled home Dimaggio to make it 6-2. Bobby Brown wasn't cruel. He had a sac fly to make it 6-3, and then Hank Bauer singled home Gene Woodling to make it 6-4. Pitching, well, that may win championships, but not this year. The Dodgers chased Eddie Lopat after 3 1/3 innings, so 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. And Don Newcomb, in his first ever World Series appearance, 8 hits through 4. He's given up 4 runs, a homer, and struck out 2. And has thrown 74 pitches. Here's Jerry Coleman. He is 0 for 2. You can't say this series has been boring. Cox is there, leaps and makes the catch. And you know what I forgot to do through all that? Get a drink. I'm going to do that now as Joe Dimaggio steps to the plate. He has singled and tripled and is now 2 for 4 in the playoffs or in the World Series. So my whistle has been wetted, and Dimaggio draws a walk. Newcomb lost him. First walk for Nuke. 3-1 fastball high at the shoulders. And then I'll bring up Henrik. Henrik is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. As we mentioned earlier, in real life, Newcomb pitched Game 1 of this World Series, and Henrik took him deep in the 9th to win it 1-0. Pitch to Campanella, tells Newcomb of that. Newcomb says, alternate what now? Pitch. There's a base hit in the left field. Brown will pick it up. Dimaggio will not try for third. So Henrik, the tying run, is on, and that'll bring up Yogi Berra. Yogi has homered. That came in the second, and then singled. Pitch from Nuke. Berra into shallow left center. Snyder rides the Schwinn for the out. Dimaggio tags and holds. 2 out for Woodling, who's 1 for 2. He has doubled, scored, and driven in a run. Little number down the third. Cox he get it, but he couldn't get the throw off in time, and the bases are loaded. So Newcomb has now given up 10 hits. Brings up Bobby Brown, who's 0 for 2. He has struck out and driven in a run. So Dimaggio on third, Henrik the tying run on second, and Woodling the go-ahead run is on first. It's only 69 degrees here. The wind has stopped, but Newcomb's sweating like it's a game in August. In the left field, back goes Tommy Brown. Bobby flies out to Tommy, and the Yankees leave them loaded. No runs, 2 hits, a huge sigh of relief from the Dodger fans, and no errors. We go to the 6th. It's the Dodgers 6, the Yankees 4. And we get a note from one of our trusty fans, that Don Newcomb never won a World Series game. He had plenty of chances. He went 0-4 for Brooklyn with an ERA of 8.59. Ouch. So Cox, Brown, and we'll see what the computer does with Newcomb in the 6th. Sanford pitching well. He'll stay in the ball game. Cox 0 for 1 with a walk. Cox base hit up the middle. Past a diving Coleman, and that is the 6th Dodger hit. Brings up Tommy Brown. Tommy's got a home run. Preacher Row, Allie Reynolds tomorrow at noon in Game 3. And for the computer purposes, there will be a day off between this game and Game 3. Pitch to Brown. Struck him out. Sanford got him with a curve at the knees on a 1-2 count. 1 out for Nuke. Does the computer leave him in? Brown and Henrik play for the bunt. Newcomb stays. It's a single up the middle. Newcomb is digging for 2. He's in there. So Newcomb dared Dimaggio to make the throw and takes a base. So 1 out for Pee Wee Reese, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. When did Newcomb go to Cincinnati? Was he there in 55? Did they actually get a ring with him? The Dodgers are looking for some insurance. Pitch to Pee Wee. In the right center. Bauer comes in. Makes the catch. Cox will try and score. Bauer with a bullet to the plate. No, sir. He's safe. 7-4. So by the time that Yogi got it, Cox had his fist pumped and was headed back to the dugout. Brings up Furillo. Carl 1 for 3. He has singled and scored in this one. In real life, Furillo was hurt. He went to Cincy in 58. So we at least got a ring with Brooklyn. And they figured in my research that he could start games but probably not finish them. Pitch to Furillo. There's a fly ball right center field. Bauer is there, and that will retire the side. Dodgers get an insurance run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th in Game 2, 7-4, Brooklyn. So Bauer, Sanford, and Rizzuto. And Sanford is going to pitch. So Sanford actually got a single his first time up. Bauer having a Shakalaka World Series. He's in fuego, 4 for 6, 1 for 2 today. Line drive, Cox leaps and makes the catch, 1 out. So here's Sanford. He's going to get a second bite of the cherry here. Nuke deals, and he struck him out. 2-2 fastball, looking. Brings up Rizzuto, who's 0 for 3. So Newcomb, 27 batters, 101 pitches, 5 2/3 innings, 10 hits. The home run to Yogi, all 4 runs are earned. He has walked 1 and struck out 3. Rizzuto 1 for 7 now in the series. Ground ball to short, Pee Wee. And that will retire the side. Yanks go quietly in the 6th. But this one isn't done and dusted yet. 7-4 Dodgers. So Snyder, Robinson, and Hodges to face Sanford here in the 7th. Fred deals. Got him. 2-2 changeup on the inside corner. 1 out. So Sanford has struck out 3. There's Robinson. Jackie 0 for 2 with the run scored today. Draws the walk. Brings up Hodges. Hodges, a big 3-run triple as part of that 5-run fourth. 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. They've left on 4. 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Yankees, and they've left on 6. Throw to first, Jackie. Back. Pitch to Hodges. In the left field. Woodling makes the catch. 2 out. So Campanella 1 for 3. A run scored and an RBI. Hope you're enjoying this one. Dodgers with a win would even this series at 1, and in fact it would give them back home field advantage. The next 3 are in Brooklyn. Pitch to Campy. Got him! Stretch time, 7-4 Dodgers. So Coleman, who's 0 for 3, Dimaggio and Henrik to face Nuke. How you doing, Mike from the truck? As Jamie correctly points out, military service took away 2 1/3 prime years for Nuke. He served in Korea. A couple more 20-win seasons, he might have had a chance at the Hall of Fame. I put him in the Dwight Evans, Cecil Cooper, very, very good Team Hall of Fame players. His stunning 3-hit shutout of the Cardinals to clinch the pennant in Game 2 is one of those stand-and-deliver performances. Didn't give it today, but he got him there. Coleman's 0 for 3. 1 for 6 on the series. There's a base hit into right field. And that is the 11th hit for New York. Wow, Newcomb finished his career in Japan as a first baseman. Wow. To quote Johnny Carson, I did not know that. Dimaggio is 2 for 2 today. Has a triple, a run scored, and a walk. Nuke deals. Here's a line drive base hit. So the Yankees threaten again. Coleman will not run. And that brings up Henrik, who's 1 for 3. He singled and struck out. If that's how it is, I think we should skip lunch the rest of the week. Oh, he's talking to Tribe Fan. Oh, my goodness. So the Henrik, the tying run. Newcomb from the stretch to short. Reese goes to third for Coleman, and that's it. They get the lead runner and 1 out. What a smart play by Pee Wee Reese to get the lead runner. Dimaggio might score on the single, and Henrik would need a double to score. That's the good news. Hope those ramen noodles were good there, Tribe Fan. Here's Yogi Berra. His solo shot in the second gave the Yankees a 1-0 lead. He's 2 for 3 and has scored twice. We had 13 runs yesterday and 11 today. Berra. Up the middle. Reese is going to have to hurry. A bang-banger to first. They got Yogi. 2 out. Dimaggio and Henrik move up 90 for Woodling. Gene is 2 for 3. He has singled, doubled, scored, and driven in a run. Nuke doing his best impression of a Survivor contestant with this. Pitch to Woodling. There's a chopper to short. Reese digs over. No! Woodling is going to beat it out. No, they got him! They got him! Oh, Bert Schotten leaps out of the dugout. Schotten has a few words for Al Red Sox fan at first, and Al said, he got him. He got him. Wow, what a play. Pee-wee to Hodges. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the 8th. 67,000 Surly fans in attendance, 7-4 Brooklyn. So Cox, Brown, and Newt. Billy is 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And it's not ramen noodles, it's roast beef with mashed potatoes from Hormel. Making me hungry. Pitch to Cox into left center. Dimaggio has it for the first out. Then get Sanford through this inning, he'll be done. He's thrown 4 innings, just the 1 earned run and long relief. Yeah, you can't complain about the quality of these first 2 games. If you're going to get the right 2 teams into the final of whatever it is that you play, these 2 have played the part well. Brown hit a homer in the 3rd to tie the game at 1. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout. In the left, Woodling, 2 out. Brings up Nuke. Will the Dodgers leave him in? He's 2 for 3 with a double, for goodness sakes. And Spider Jorgensen will pinch hit. Spider played third base in game 1, went 2 for 3. Singled twice and scored once with a walk. Sanford, again, did a tremendous job here with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th of keeping the Yankees in this ballgame. Pitch to Jorgensen. Ball 4. Walked the batter with no speed. So Pee-wee Reese is 0 for 3. He has walked and driven in a run. 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. They've left on 5. The Yankees, well, thanks, Big Clue, 4 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors. And they've left on 8. Yeah, you know, I mean, they tell me I have a Scully-like Caden Sands, the folksy accent. And Vinny's was right out of the Bronx. But, you know, I don't try to do anybody, but that's the way it comes out. You can't tell what I watched a lot in the 80s, can you? Pee-wee's 0 for 3. I think I told you that already. Barra and Sanford have a few words. Fred pitch. There's a fly ball right field. Bauer should get it. And he does. So Sanford didn't give up the big one. He held in there as long as possible. And now Rex Barney, who will sign anyone to a contract, will come in to get the last 6 outs. It's the other way around. Brad just watched the entire 85 NLCS last weekend. Is that on DVD or is that all on YouTube? And how similar he is to you. Trust me, I am not the teacher. Oh, YouTube, wow. So Barney, 21 starts in the replay. He's 24, fastball at 93. He went 11-4 with 5 saves for the Dodgers. On the replay, he last pitched and got the save in game 1 in St. Louis. He went 2 innings, was not run over by the Tart machine. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Didn't walk or strike out anybody. In 143 innings, he allowed 105 hits. I forgot to see how 12 home runs. 75 runs in total, 71 earned. He walked 99, and that may be the saving grace for the Yankees. And struck out 84. The other thing is, His ERA is 4.47. So Brown had a big disadvantage, 0 for 3, with a strikeout and an RBI. Yeah, Joe was funny, and I think they were a good team, but if you ask most people, I think they would have taken Costas and Kubek. So Brown steps in, Bauer on deck, and then a pinch hitter. Barney starts his game with a ground ball to second. Robinson by the bag, 1 out. Bauer 1 for 3. A single and an RBI. And if you're wondering, Barney walked 89 in 140 and 2/3 innings. 1 out. There's a ground ball to short. Pee Wee, a vacuum out there, throws to first, 2 out. And now I'll bring up a pitcher spot. You know it won't be Sanford. Fred went 1 for 2. And he did yeoman's work. So, for the first time in the World Series, who can hit a righty? And once again, it's Dick Richowski. Dick, 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. And yep, Sanford really was a junk collector in this game. Middle relievers, it's a lost art now. But he did exactly his job. He kept the Yankees in the game. And now Newcomb and Barney are hoping to shut him down. Pitch to Krahosky is a ground ball up the middle. Robinson is there. Second verse, same as the first. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 9th in Game 2. The Dodgers sitting on a 7-4 lead. My nose itches. Cuddles Marshall. Oh, thanks. That was someone had asked for that, and that's how we do it. You know, we try to give. You realize that you're doing television, whether it's on the internet or not, and you try to give people something they want to watch. Speaking of watching, here's Cuddles Marshall, 24 years old, fastball pitcher at 86 and a standard pitcher. He went 32 times in the replay, went 6-1 with an ERA at 2.91 and 2 saves. He did not allow a home run, which is key here, so don't have to go back and look. He hasn't pitched since the 27th against the A's. He went a third of an inning and walked 2. So 46 in the third innings overall. 42 hits, 21 runs, 15 earned, but goodness gracious, he walked 40 and struck out 9. And it's, to do with Scully, it's kind of ironic in the year 1949 when walks were so prevalent that if you add the walks and the strikes together, you get 49. There. You can't do a World Series replay without some vin. Anyway, as I said, 6-1 with 2 saves and a phenomenal ERA at 2.91. In real life, he walked 48 in 49 in the third innings. So Ferrillo 1 for 4 with a run scored. The Goats have been quiet, by the way. You know they're watching. And what does Marshall do? He walks a batter. Here's Snyder. Duke is 0 for 3. He has scored, walked, and struck out twice. 0 for 7 in this World Series. Into right field. Bauer in the corner, 1 out. I didn't see my mother-in-law in the audience. Here's Robinson. He's 0 for 2. Jackie has walked and scored. The other thing I found, and just doing some reading and research for this World Series, the Yankees, by the way, were 8-5 favorites, is that on the back page of the Daily News, by the way, New York's hometown newspaper. Usually that's where the sports headline is. On the morning of Game 1, there was a scorecard and both the rosters, so you could keep score on the newspaper of what you were hearing on the radio. I just think that's fantastic. Or if you were one of the 10% of New Yorkers who could afford a television set. Pitch to Robinson. There's a fly ball to left. Woodling is there, 2 out. Furillo goes back to first. It'll be the top of the Yankee lineup to face Barney in the 9th. Rizzuto, Coleman, and Dimaggio. Hodges, his 3-run triple in the 4th is the difference. 49 NL was a good pennant race. 49 AL, in real life, it was a little bit better. It went down to the last game of the season. But you can't be surprised that Brooklyn and the Cardinals got into a playoff. Pitch to Hodges is a snap throw to first, and Furillo's back. So Yogi took one low and away and tried to catch Furillo napping. Didn't work. Marshall deals. Hodges into right center. Bauer going back there. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits. The Dodgers, well, we've just did an ad for Seagram's in 7. After 8.5, 7-4 Brooklyn. 7 runs, 7 hits, and they've left on 7. It's like you've gone to Atlantic City or something like that. Yankees 4 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, and they've left on 8. So Barney to face Rizzuto, Coleman, and Dimaggio has had a magnificent game. The Scooter 1 for 8 in the series is 0 for 4 today. Here's a little nubber that's going to get down in that outfield and left field. Hang on time is what the goats say. Game 5. The first time the lights were on, I believe, was Game 1. They must have. I'll look. They must have had some rain or something if it's classified as a night game, because that wouldn't have started until 4:30. Here's Coleman. He's 1 for 4. The big difference between these two teams is on the mound. Joe Page is an excellent reliever. The Dodgers are a patchwork. Coleman swings into center field. Snyder will snare it, 1 out. Rizzuto goes back to first. Here's Dimaggio. Joe has singled twice today and tripled and walked. They've yet to retire him. He's 3 for 5 in the series. Henrik on deck. Remember, he was the real-life hero in Game 1 off of Don Newcomb. There's a base hit. They still can't retire Dimaggio. Rizzuto is digging for third. Furillo has a gun. He's going to throw. Not in time. And so the Yankees have runners on the corners and 1 out for Tommy Henrik, who is now the tying run. He is 1 for 4 with a strikeout. And Rex Barney is either looking for the Maalox, the Maldito, or a Schaefer. And it now really is hang-on time. From the stretch. Line drive to Robinson, who leaps and saves a run. 2 out for Yogi Berra. Or a Chesterfield. Absolutely. A Nat Sherman cigar. Oh, baby. Yogi is 2 for 4. His solo shot in the second gave the Yankees a 1-0 lead. A homer now would tie the ball game. Barney digs in. So does Yogi. Fires. Yogi in the left field. We're going to go back to Brooklyn tied. Brown secures it. The Dodgers hang on 7-4. 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and Don Newcomb has done something already that he couldn't do in real life. He won a World Series game. No yoo-hoo in the Yankee locker room today. No, sir. 12 hits for Nuke, 4 runs, all earned a homer. He walked 1 and struck out 3. Doesn't matter if it's ugly or pretty or whatever, he did the job. And Rex Barney gets the save. 2 innings, a 2-hit job. He faced 8 batters, but nobody crossed the plate. Eddie Lopat, 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, including the home run to Tommy Brown. Sanford, 4 2/3 innings of yeoman's work. Just for the run, and Cuddles Marshall, he just looked cute. So, yeah, Woo was right. We're going to get all 3 games in Brooklyn. Game 3 tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Allie Reynolds, the super chief for the Yankees. Preacher Rowe gets the call for the Dodgers. Our MVP today, Gil Hodges. His 3-run triple in the 4th was part of a 5-run outburst and the winning margin. And so the Dodgers can feel good going home. And the next 3, as we said, are at the cozy confines of Ebbets Field. And they now have home field advantage. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow at noon, right here. Again, it's Allie Reynolds and Preacher Rowe. We'll have it for you at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, everybody. So long.